All right, how is it going, everyone? Lucas Lee Tyson from growthcave.com here, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about niche market selection, how to pick a niche, how to pick an industry for your business that is going to allow you to command high ticket price points. This has kind of been a funny buzzword in the entrepreneurship community for honestly, probably the last 4 or 5 years. It's really caught on in the last 2 to 3 years. And as the name implies, high ticket means you earn a very large amount of profit per customer and per client in your business. Oftentimes $3,000, $5,000, even $10,000. And it's a lot of people might realize the goal of high ticket is that you don't have to sell as many things in order to make, a full-time income. If you're only making $3, $5 profit on some, drop shipping store or something like that, it's going to take a lot of products and a lot of web traffic in order for you to build up to job replacing income. However, if you're charging $5,000, $10,000 for a service or offer, then you are going to have no problem quitting your job, building a business, and scaling it really quickly because all you need is just 1 or 2 clients. So that is exactly what I'm going to go through in this video, how to actually pick a niche, how to pick a market, and how to pick an industry that is going to be able to command high ticket price points. And this really comes down to this idea of niching down. You might have heard this before, that in any business that you're thinking of going into, whether it's e-commerce, whether it's drop shipping, whether it's starting an agency, it's really, really important that you pick a niche, a specific market that you're going to sell to, because the market that you sell to honestly is going to be the #1 biggest make or break factor in creating any online business. As I say in a lot of the free trainings that I do, the easiest way to build a business and to get it to profitability is to find a starving market and sell them what they want. This is kind of one of the biggest mistakes I see in beginning entrepreneurs, people that want to start their very first successful online business, is that they get an idea, for a product or a business, or they see someone doing something online and they just spend all of their time creating it, and then they try and sell it and it's crickets. No one wants what they have to offer because they didn't actually figure out whether the thing that they were trying to sell was something that their market or their industry wanted. Now, the main business that we run is a marketing agency, so a lot of the things that I'm going to be talking about in this video apply to building, a productized marketing agency and how to pick a niche, a high-ticket niche for a marketing agency. But a lot of the concepts that I'll be going through can really apply to any online business. So when you think about the old way of building a digital marketing, digital advertising business, a lot of people have heard this idea of selling to small local businesses like your local dentist, your local chiropractor, gyms, restaurants, things like that. And there's nothing inherently wrong with these. Do these work? Could you build a business selling to these types of businesses? Absolutely. But if you think about it, and like the title of this video is, if your goal is to be able to command a high ticket price point to build a $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 per month business with just 2 or 3 clients, you're going to have a hard time doing it with these niches. And there's a few reasons why. The biggest reason why is something that I like to call the one customer ROI principle. And as the name implies, if your goal is to command a high ticket price point, something like $3,000, $10,000 per month for digital marketing, digital advertising services, you want to work with clients that can obviously afford that type of investment. And when you think about these standard local businesses, a chiropractor, a dentist, things like that, a $3,000 or $10,000 per month investment is massive to these sorts of businesses, and you're going to have to do a lot of selling, a lot of convincing in order to make them think that you would be worth that. So the easiest way to determine if a niche or market is actually able to afford that type of investment is to look at their average customer lifetime value. What this basically means is look at how much, for businesses in your niche or in your market, how much does the average customer in their business spend on their products or services over the lifetime of being a customer of that business. And the reason for this is because our goal is to find clients that can see a return on their investment in working with you after just landing 1 customer per month, because this is kind of worst case scenario. If you're setting up your digital marketing and digital advertising campaigns for clients the right way, you're obviously going to get them a lot more than just 1 customer per month. But I always like to plan for the worst case scenario. And in the worst case scenario, if you only get them 1 customer per month and they still see an ROI in their investment in you, it's going to be an absolute no-brainer for them to keep you on board and continue working with you. So this is kind of the biggest principle that you can kind of think about when you're selecting a high ticket niche. Find a niche that if they just land 1 customer per month and you're charging $3,000, $5,000, $10,000 per month, then they're going to have no problem continuing to do that every single month. Because again, this is the worst case scenario. Oftentimes if you're following a proven process for digital advertising and digital marketing, you're going to be able to get them so many more clients per month than just one. This is the same reason that we have long-term clients that pay us retainers like $3,800, $6,000, even $8,000 per month, is because we do a good job of working with them, and because we're working in industries where it inherently commands a high ticket price point, and the jobs, the clients that we're referring to them for setting up their Facebook advertising campaigns, they're worth tens of thousands of dollars. This specific screenshot is for a roofing client that we work with, and roofing, as a lot of people know, it has massive contract sizes. So on that note, I want to go through a few niches that kind of qualify under this high ticket niche example. There's honestly too many to list. There's literally an infinite amount of niches if you think about it, but I kind of just want to give you a few examples so you can get your brain started thinking about the market and business in this type of way, is going after these higher end clients. So the very first one, kind of like I talked about, is basically any form of commercial contracting. Commercial meaning business to business contractors. So B2B roofing, B2B remodeling, landscaping, all of these sorts of things. These all are businesses that have customer lifetime values of $10,000 to $50,000 plus. Of a Best Buy store, wants to get their roof redone, or if they want to have, a new landscaping company come in and redo their lawns, that could easily be a job that's worth $20,000 to $25,000. So if you can just get them one commercial contracting client per month, then they're going to have no problem tossing you $3,800, $5,000, $10,000 per month in order to know that they can continue getting a consistent flow of those clients on a regular basis. Another example is coaching and consulting. So people that sell at in-person seminars, mastermind events, you might have heard about this niche before. A lot of these coaching and consulting packages often have deal sizes worth $12,000 to $100,000 plus. So there's obviously a huge range, and obviously there's a lot in between there, but this is just another great example of a high ticket niche where, again, if you can just get someone one coaching or consulting client, then that's easily going to be able to command, at least $2,000 per month in a retainer for you. Another kind of just more general way to think about this is just think about any standard type of business, but think of the higher end luxury variant. So things like luxury realtors, people that sell high-end apartment buildings, or high-end luxury homes, high-end gyms, Pilates studios, yoga studios, things like that. Any higher-end form of a traditional business where ideally the customer lifetime value can exceed $2,000. This is kind of the minimum that I recommend shooting for if you are trying to build a digital marketing or a digital advertising agency. Your average client value should never be less than $2,000, because again, you can 100% sell like a $300 per month, a $500 per month service to your local dentist or chiropractor, but quite often you're going to find that the higher end clients, not only are going to make more money, but you're going to have a lot less headaches. Smaller end clients, oftentimes their business is a lot slimmer profit margins, again, just based on the customer lifetime value that they're dealing with. So you're going to save yourself a lot of time and a lot of headache, and be able to make more money and get your clients better results if you just focus on the higher end customers that have healthier profit margins and that you're able to do better work for. So finally, some other niche factors to consider when you're evaluating a market, you're evaluating a niche to potentially go into. The first thing is that you should only go into markets that kind of are already investing into marketing. They should already, quote unquote, believe in marketing, because you're going to find that some business owners literally refuse to spend money on any form of advertising or any form of marketing. It doesn't matter if it's Facebook ads, Google ads, SEO, anything like that. There's going to be some business owners that you're going to run into that literally think all marketing is a scam. Maybe they tried putting an ad in the yellow pages and they wasted a ton of money and it didn't end up working out for them. You are never going to convince someone that doesn't already believe in the value of marketing that they should do Facebook ads or they should do Google ads, whatever you're trying to sell them. So do not bother wasting your time. I know you might have the mindset of wanting to help everyone, but this is honestly just an uphill battle that you are probably never going to win. So the clients that you work with, the niche that you go into, they should already be doing some form of marketing. It doesn't have to be digital advertising, it doesn't have to be Facebook ads, but something that just shows that they understand the value of putting money into marketing to get their business out there. That is something that you always want to see in any niche that you go into. Another thing to think about is that you want to ideally find a market that is somewhat digitalized already. And this means that they should already, in addition to believing in the power of marketing, they should kind of also believe in the power of the internet. There's a lot of businesses that are very antiquated. They're very behind on the times. They might not even have a website set up, in 2020, 2021. So ideally, they should have some form of basic website or some basic form of social media presence. This kind of shows that they're starting to see all this techie stuff, all this new age internet stuff. There's clearly a lot of value in it, and maybe they don't understand it. Maybe they need someone to come in and help them with it. But this is just a really good side that you want to see. You want to see that they're putting some form of effort in trying to digitalize your business, because again, if you're trying to sell them digital marketing or digital advertising services, they don't even have a website to begin with. It's probably going to be a lot harder than someone that already has a website. Maybe they have Pinterest ads set up or something like that, or maybe they advertise on Groupon or Yelp or something like that. They're going to clearly understand the value of the internet and digital marketing and just marketing in general. So another really good thing to think about. Then finally, the last thing that I think is honestly one of the most important things that a lot of people overlook is there competition? Are there existing competitors either in digital marketing, or in digital advertising, or any other form of a service provider that's already selling to this market and to this niche? Because contrary to popular belief, competition in a market is actually a good thing. A lot of people want to find kind of these like completely untapped gold mines. They want to be the first one to a market because they think unless they are the first person to sell to this market, then they're never going to make any money. But that's honestly not true. What you want to find is you want to see that there is competition, because this shows that there are other people making money selling to this market. There's a saying that says the second mouse gets the cheese because the first one, gets their head snapped in the trap. So you want to find people that have already gone through the trial and error. Maybe they've tested a lot of different niches already, and they've kind of identified, hey, this niche is the one that they're making money in. You can usually do this if you're a digital marketing or digital advertising agency. Just Google your niche and then marketing. So roofing marketing, real estate marketing, or maybe real estate marketing agency, something like that. And you're going to get a ton of results and ideally be able to find people that are already selling to this market and kind of validate that proof of concept to you. You can save a lot of time and a lot of headache in just following in others' footsteps and trying to model what works than trying to be the first one in anything. Because almost every time, I would say probably 90 to 95% of cases, when someone tries to be the first one into a market, it almost always fails, because it's 2020. Most people have probably already thought about the niche or the market that you're thinking of going into. If there's not really a lot of competition there, it probably means there's not a lot of money to be made there. So I wanted to make this video just to kind of talk about these very basic principles of high ticket market selection. If you have any questions about this, feel free to drop them in the comments, and also feel free to let me know any videos you might want to see in the future. But this has been Lucas. Take care for now.